I think Bernie Sanders trying to prepare us for what was inevitably going to be a, how can I put it, an alleged voting scam, has really told us exactly the plan and what happened. I was sitting there, I'll show you what Bernie said just in a second, but I was sitting here at this desk with Ollie Connolly and Davy Russell on the early morning, about 7 o'clock. Everything stopped in the American general election. It's like all the votes coming in, and then they stopped dead. The counting stopped, everything stopped. And on there, we were with people from America as well, and they said, something's wrong. Something's gone wrong. Everything has stopped in about 6 or 7 counties, Georgia, Pennsylvania. The counties where now they're saying there's a problem. And everything stopped for a good few hours. I don't know, 5, 6, 7 hours. Stopped dead. And then it continued, and suddenly Biden's support, boom, went up to the needed level in all of these counties. Now this is what Bernie said 2 weeks ago, and it to a large extent it makes no sense. Take a look at this. This is what the polls show. Come on, Bernie, get speaking. We're waiting for you.
And what studies have shown is that for whatever reason, Democrats are more likely to use mail-in ballots. Republicans are more likely to walk into polling booths on election day. It is likely that the first votes that will be counted will be those people who came in on election day, which will be Republican. And here is the fear, and I hope everybody hears that. It could well be, and, I don't know what's going to happen, nobody does, but it could well be.
He doesn't know what's going to happen. Nobody does. But funny enough, he knew what was going to happen.
That at 10 o'clock on election night, Trump is winning in Michigan, he's winning in Pennsylvania.
Strange he chose those.
He's winning in Wisconsin.
I know.
And he gets
Strange he chose those 3.
Television, he says, "Thank you, Americans, for re-electing me. It's all over. Have a good day." But then the next day and the day following, all of those mail-in ballots start getting counted, and it turns out that Biden has won those states. At which point Trump says, "See, I told you the whole thing was fraudulent. I told you those mail-in ballots were crooked, and we're not going to leave office." So that is a worry that I and a lot of people have. So,
okay. So I leave him there, and that is what he said. That is it. Now, you could take that from another point of view. At the point he was sitting there, with a 10 or 12% lead, why was he thinking that? Why was he thinking that Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan would go for Trump when he had such a massive lead? I think it's because they knew the truth. And the lies were there. And he had to plant in people's mind what their plan was going to be so they wouldn't think it was fraud. It's just my opinion. But when I sat there at 7 o'clock in the morning, something happened. Now, this came to me off Poole, friend of mine on Facebook. He said he came up with this, and I thought that fits in exactly with what I saw. They wait for all the votes to be counted and see how much of a lead in the key states Trump has. Then you need some time to go back to the electoral rolls and see who hasn't voted, print out those voting sheets and get them signed and in very quickly so that you can pass whatever Trump's margin is by 0.1%, by a couple of thousand votes. And guess what exactly happened? That is exactly what happened. Exactly what he said would happen, because it was planned. But the obvious question is, why didn't the presenter question him on it? And he didn't. Because this is planned. This is all planned. And the only way to get past this, to get any kind of trust, is to have full, open investigations. Every one of these votes checked that the people did actually vote that. They did actually fill the slips in themselves. And if they did, and Bernie's right, and he's not just setting us up, then fine. Biden, or Kamala, or Kamala, whatever her name is. Yeah, it's right. But count every vote. Look at every vote. Look at how they came in. And then we shall see. I mean, even now, they're suddenly beginning to find that it was only today, I think, in the Mail or something, that there were 6,000 votes had been put on to Biden instead of Trump. These are facts. That's a 12,000 difference, 6,000 votes. Anyway, you just like, share and subscribe, and I'll keep putting my truth out there. Subscribing and sharing is very important because we are creating waves. And truth is treason in the empire of lies. Goodbye.